Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very pleased for this opportunity to speak today at this conference. So as it was introduced, my name is Nika Kotoviča. I'm the project coordinator for Cities Multimodal project. And I'm working at the Riga Municipal Agency, Riga Energy Agency. Besides my tasks in Cities Multimodal project, I'm also an urban planner working towards building a smart and resilient city, and climate and sustainability are our key priorities. But speaking about Cities Multimodal project and its contribution to the city of Riga, well, Cities Multimodal project definitely was a unique experience for us because in my personal career, I didn't have a project with such a wide range of activities. We've been focusing on different tasks. We've been working on mobility management. We've been trying out some sustainable urban mobility planning process in one of the city quarters. But actually, the main contribution of the Cities Multimodal project in the city of Riga, likewise in a few other project cities, as you have heard during the presentations today and yesterday, was development of the mobility points concept and setting up the first mobility point in the city of Riga. As you meanwhile see on your slide, Riga, one of our key challenges in mobility in our city is high traffic levels, especially in the central part of the city. And one of the main reasons for that is dense use of private cars in the city center. So here are just a few facts about the baseline in the city of Riga. As I mentioned, the usage of private cars is one of our main challenges, but at the same time, we are very proud of our modern and sustainable public transport system in our city. And this makes for us a very good basis for offering to our inhabitants multimodality, because people will only want to change from their private cars to public transport if there are good opportunities provided, and we definitely have such an opportunities in our city already in place. But of course, there is still a room for development. Yeah, so this slide illustrates the model split in the city of Riga, where you can see that over 46% of all the journeys are made by public transport. So that proves once again what I've said in the previous slide, that the public transportation system is really strong to serve for improved multimodality. Currently, as you can see from the model split, cycling is comparatively low in Riga, just about 9%. So again, a room to improve. Yeah, just a slide on the Cities Multimodal project, but you have heard quite a lot about this project over the last 2 days. So 10 cities are working together to promote multimodality and shared mobility as more sustainable alternative to individual private car uses in our 10 cities. So now about the mobility point. So it's already done in our city. It's launched, and we have built the first ever mobility point in Latvia and in the city of Riga, in VEF neighborhood. So how did we come to that? At first, we've been conceptualizing and prototyping our ideas, and So each city had a different approach to development of mobility points. So, and our approach was to elaborate a conceptual the conceptual study on mobility points network in our city, as well as elaborate a prototype for the first mobility point we are going to pilot. And here you can see the map of Riga with over 50 mobility points, potential locations. And in Riga, we have classified them according to the main purpose of the mobility point, which definitely the main purpose of the mobility point depends on the baseline, on the transport situation in the place where we are planning to build the mobility point. So therefore we have neighborhood mobility points, we have park and ride mobility points, railway station mobility points, and mobility points for larger scale traffic hubs. So as a plans for the future, so were identified, and in Riga, the strategic goal of the mobility points is to reduce to reduce private cars in the city center, all different types of private cars, not only cars of citizens, but also businesses and our guests of our city, and etc. And instead, we are offering a wide choice of services for first and last mile mobility, like public transport, shared transport services, and other. Our pilot mobility point is located in a WEF area, and we strategically have chosen this area as it's located close to the city center, and also because in this area we have active and motivated stakeholders willing to take part in development of the neighborhood. So our pilot area represents a cluster of IT companies with over 4,000 high-tech specialists, 40% of Latvia's IT export, and over 90 million euros of tax contributions. And in this area, we have built our first mobility point, which is unique also on the European scale, because the solution which we have elaborated in Riga is really unique in terms of target audience. It has taken into consideration not only mobility needs of our citizens, but also interest of Latvian leading scientists and entrepreneurs involved in data collecting, in opening up and promoting innovative data solutions. So here at the mobility point, we have different technical features, and I will now slightly describe the most important of them. So it's a cyclist and pedestrian counter, this counter, so we opened our mobility point on 1st of July of this year. So it's been like 2 months into operation, and the figures of cyclists are really positively surprising. In the first months, the number of cyclists reached 70,000 cyclists. Actually, both directions, as you can see here in the picture. In August, the figures were up to 72,000. We have a test bed for those innovative and unique solutions installed at our mobility point. So, and this is actually probably the reason why our mobility point is unique also on the European scale. As you can see here in the slide, at this point, we have established collaboration among the city and our scientific institutions, also entrepreneurs. And we have installed this open test bed location for smart city solutions, where everyone who is interested can come to us and agree on putting up specific equipment for monitoring the urban environment in our city. So currently there are 2 companies who have set up their testbed stations at our mobility point. So that's Latvian Mobile Telephone and that's Institute EDI. And currently we are measuring their starting from temperature and humidity through atmospheric pressure, air quality, we have light monitoring, we have IoT and computer site and many other environmental aspects monitored and measured. In our mobility point, likewise in other cities, we also have this bicycle repair kit another unique feature of Riga's mobility point is a smart solar bench, what we have installed for our bicycles, where to sit down to read the information about the city and mobility, which you can see on the screen, but basically also to charge mobile devices, computers and others. And this also, during the last 2 months, has been a very popular place for people to meet, to sit down, to charge their smart devices, have talks, and just observe all the conveniences what the mobility point offers to the city. So we couldn't be able to implement it with our partners. So here you see our partner logos. We are very thankful for our partners for collaboration through those 2 long years while we have been developing and setting up our mobility point. And it's a very important message that this first mobility point was a prototype to see how this idea works in our city. And the city already has earmarked municipal funding for development of the next mobility points in other neighborhoods of our city. So that's the way how Riga is going to build up our mobility network in near future. So thank you very much for your attention, and you're welcome to visit Riga, not only virtually, but hopefully one day in presence. And then please also visit the mobility point.